Welcome to Pat's Cast, the unofficial Regina Pats podcast. This is our episode for February 1st, 2019. I'm Matt.
I'm Chris.
2-on-1. Hughes with McKay across the line. Hughes left circle, right side. McKay a shot. What a glove save! Max Paddock! Sensational stop! Reaching out with that left hand to deny Riley McKay. Puto will lay it out to center ice on the left wing. Now Davidson turns it over. Oh, come on, a shot and he scores! Sergei Alkmaar!
Well, what a beautiful shot by Sergei Alkmaar as he grabs that puck, goes in and throws it right under the bar in a hurry.
Set off into the middle of the ice. Right circle, Cole slaps it cross ice. Puto fires and they score! Boston Pratt tips it home!
Okay, bit of a quicker episode maybe today. We only got 2 games to wrap up here. Let's start with the Calgary game. Hitmen were in town.
Chilly Tuesday night.
Yeah, so this was I saw this one on the calendar. This was it. I was going, this is the one I'm going to win the jersey at.
It's on Access too, so
Yeah.
no reason to go out and watch.
Yeah, super cold. Tuesday night. It's on TV. People aren't going to go. My hope was to win the jersey. It was a nice, maroon crane.
Yeah, definitely.
Interestingly enough, we looked up. He never actually played last season.
No, he didn't play one game for us.
Yeah.
Because we're like, oh, it's just game issued. Oh, okay, so he didn't wear the maroon last year.
Right. He didn't play a single game.
Yeah.
Bizarre,
So,
yeah.
Because he played a whole bunch, not a whole bunch, but a bunch in 16-17.
Yeah.
Play regular season and playoffs, but not one single game last year.
Not one during
At the start
of the season when a lot of the guys were gone, or during World Juniors when there were guys gone, or any injuries. Nothing. He didn't play any. It was weird. Yeah. So anyways, lo and behold, didn't win.
No.
So I'm done with the draws
No
right
dice.
now. I'm just I never win that stuff. I don't know why I thought, oh, maybe this time I will, but no, didn't. So I'm done with the draws for a bit. That was a nice one. Tonight's was nice too, the Dawson Davidson, but whatever. Maybe I think I figured I've spent at least $100 on jersey draws. I think that's enough. I'm just gonna save and buy one maybe next year.
See what happens in the spring here once the season's over.
Well, I do want to talk more about jerseys. We'll get back to it, but we'll get to the game. So the Hitman game, not a whole heck of a lot to say about this game.
It wasn't a very good game at all.
This was a bit of a downer. It wasn't
a very exciting game at all. Right?
No. And coming off those Brandon games, which were pretty decent.
Both were good games. We played good in both.
Yeah, so I actually came into it with a bit of a higher expectations, or
a chance,
and not to
expecting a win. Yeah, but give them a good shot. Right?
Yeah, they just were off. It was not a good game. Not too much to say about it. Just sloppy and slow, and 20-year-olds again not playing stellar. I don't know anything you specifically want to pull out of it, or
it was a bad start. First was ugly. Like, what do we have? We had one shot on net. Like the whole period. It was the power play goal, the goal we scored.
Yeah,
like it wasn't until like the 4-minute mark left that we got a second shot on net.
But then again, it's like
we just hang around.
One shot and we score.
It was a great power play. It took 5 seconds to score.
Yeah.
Nice tip by Pratt, I think it was, right?
Yeah. So I don't know specifically what to say about it, but it's a funny. We keep saying it. It's a funny team. They can be just getting absolutely dominated.
Yeah.
But goaltending can kind of hold them in here and there, and then all of a sudden they get some random lucky bounce because they still grind. Like, they still are there, and they'll pot a lucky goal here and there, and all of a sudden you're 2-1, and we've had 3 shots in the one period, like
to 20. And we're still in the game.
Yeah, and it's got to be frustrating for other teams, but overall, not super great. Nice to see Paddock back.
Yeah, definitely.
He was gone what they say.
This is said illness. They didn't say
Yeah.
anything specific. They
And it
tested
was-
for mono and all these things, and they didn't specify. They
It
just
was
said
at least
illness.
3 weeks that he was
Yeah.
gone. So, and what you said, he lost 7 pounds.
The 7 pounds. That's like
Max
7%.
Max doesn't have a lot of weight to lose. So,
No. Not at all.
yeah. So good to see him back. He played well enough, at least.
Yeah, maybe the first one he might have wanted back, but
Yeah. But
that's whatever.
Yeah.
Mitchell looked good out there, I thought, in that game. He was out there on second power play. Him and Dubinsky, two 16-year-olds on our second power play unit.
yeah,
They- and they scored one as well. So
Mitchell looked really pretty good. Like,
in that Calgary game,
yeah, like, I don't know. And again, this is what we keep saying for the rest of this season. You got to be looking at these guys thinking about the
Next year.
future.
Yeah.
Don't harp on them now, but look, like, Mitchell's looking good.
They look like they can play now. Imagine them in 2 years when they're 18.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's what's exciting,
yeah.
I think, for us. Just watching Calgary looked good.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
They looked pretty good. Zamula looked decent. Krebs, James Malm was really...
Yeah, he's the one that... Did he score that one?
He,
4-on-4? No, Carson Folk.
yeah.
It was Folk that fucking just... It was a 4-on-4. We had the 5-minute major, and they took a penalty. So, like, okay,
Yeah.
2 minutes is gone out of the penalty, right? But
Yeah.
we give up a goal 4-on-4. It looked like we were killing the penalty still. And he just sniped one top corner. Like, wow,
Yeah.
that was a shot.
Yeah.
They had a couple nice
Folk
passing
had
plays.
2.
Yeah.
Malm had 1. And, the game actually wasn't totally out of hand until Dubinsky got that penalty. That penalty kind of was the nail in the
Yeah,
coffin.
if
Not saying we would have won, but it really took a turn there.
If we could have got out of that power play without giving up the late goal, like it was, I don't know how much time was left in the penalty, but not much at all,
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
minute or less, and
Yeah.
we just couldn't get out of it. And then giving up the 1-4-4, that's tough because okay, you draw a penalty and you think okay, there's 2 minutes gone, right? But
Yeah.
they were running around like they were on the penalty kill, even though it was 4-4,
Mhm.
and the guy snipes one great shot,
Yeah.
and yeah, that was tough. So then we go down 4-2 going into the third, and then
Yeah.
it was lights out from there.
Yeah, unfortunate penalty of kind of a significant play now. So Dubinsky took a 4, and then
It was only 2 minutes to begin with, and then they changed it. I think because the injury, right? If the
Right.
guy would have got up, I bet you it would have been 2-minute penalty.
yeah,
But since he was down and he left the game, they gave him
it
5
was a
in a game,
major. Yeah, major in a game,
and then
and then 4 on top of it.
another 4 games. So that was tough.
Which is a lot.
Yeah, it
That's
does
a lot
seem-
of games.
Yeah,
So
so we were watching another knee on knee from maybe the same night or a night after.
yeah,
And it looked a lot worse. The guy stuck out his knee. Like, the video on the Regina one isn't the greatest. It didn't look like he, like, really stuck his knee out. It was more, I'm not saying incidental, but the guy turned and he turned. Like, he didn't stick out his
Yeah.
knee or anything. It
Yeah.
was bad. But the other guy only got 2 games, and Dubinsky got 4. So it was just
Yeah.
kind of, why
And-
the
and-
discrepancy?
unless it's the injury, I don't know the outcome of this guy.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know the outcome of the
Right.
other incident, but...
So
the videos were out, so it was just like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, this gets 4,
Yeah.
this gets 2. So, but
tough to know the rationale there, but
yeah,
yeah, too bad. So now Dubinsky's out just as he was starting to kind of get hot and find his
he
form.
was
It seemed
looking
like
good.
a bit.
Yeah, he was number 4, I think, on the weekly highlights with
Yeah.
his toe drag goal on the goal line there
Yeah.
against Brandon.
Yeah, so that's too bad. I mean, it is what it is.
And now, especially since we lost a couple other guys,
Right. So
tonight was
Pierce had a fight at the end of the first, 8 seconds left, and he didn't come back. So
Yeah.
and now he's out.
who knows.
Right. So
You know,
Don't
he
know.
was signing autographs tonight, and he was holding the pen awkward. That's for sure.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't know, maybe he hurt his hand. Like there was no, or maybe that's how he writes. I
Just
don't
signing
know.
with an X or something.
But
okay.
so
Interesting.
maybe his hands messed
Yeah.
up a bit
Yeah.
because they're just throwing fists at helmets.
Yeah, I
right.
know.
It's
so silly, but
it is.
too bad. So, two kind of Pierce was always looking okay, but Dubinsky coming on, and so now two fairly significant parts of our offense gone. Something we can't really
Afford to
absorb
lose.
very well.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, our scoring is clearly one of our problems, and this is not going to help. So, so tough game. Not a lot of positives from it. But okay, and then we move on to Saskatoon. Kind of, you know what? Saskatoon's kind of becoming one of my. I'm not liking them right now. They're just. Our games always seem to be a little gritty and dirty, and probably from both sides. I'm sure the other fans could say, "Well, you guys are just as bad." I'm sure they're dirty games on both sides, but kind of nasty out there. I would have liked to have won this one. It was rough there for a little while, but again, this team is. It's frustrating because they have it, right? They can switch.
Yeah,
in the middle of a game. It goes from
60-minute effort.
But you'd think you'd start good and then maybe whatever, get tired and you get scored on a few times, and then lose it. But it's almost the opposite. They start bad.
Yeah.
Then whatever happens. But sometimes it's not even an intermission or whatever. It just is
tonight it was the save, I think.
The save. That,
right?
Yeah. So we can talk. Max Paddock's save was the highlight of the game.
Yeah, and then because then we score right after, and it's 2-1 game, and we're back right in it.
Within, 30 seconds, a minute?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. They need... I don't know what it is.
The first period was terrible. Again.
Terrible.
Just like Calgary. And then same thing with... in the second, the early second, it was just...
ugly.
We're just running around, and it hits the... And,
We're saying... We're sitting there, and for whatever reason, people are leaving at the 50-50 draw. People are heading out. And I'm thinking... The game's just getting good.
Going, yeah.
We're thinking
this is mid-third.
If anything, you should be coming late.
Yeah, because we don't show up for the first period. I'm going to just start rolling in at 7:45.
Yeah,
and sit down for the second.
Yeah.
Missed the shit show of the first, right?
Which just seems to be the trend. Yeah. I don't know.
I know people are just mass exodus after the 50-50 in a 2-1 game, and it's.
And getting kind of feisty, and pads are playing good.
Yeah,
and
they got better as the game going on. The third period, I thought, was our period.
So funny crowd.
Yeah,
still good crowds though. So
definitely, it was
that's good.
Almost 5,400 tonight.
Yeah,
Tuesday was light, but that's not to be unexpected. A real cold night, and it's a Tuesday night, and
yeah. So,
but.
Shout out to Massey, the guy.
Yeah, he definitely deserved third star. He looked good out there.
I was happy to see they picked him as a star, and it wasn't just maybe our bias or watching him, but he had a great game.
Yeah,
just all over on
PKs
PKs and really good. That and Riker Evans.
Yeah,
guy comes back from, what'd you say, 23 games?
Yeah, 23.
And just
they're thrown right in the fire.
Barely he missed a day. He was all those things, the positives we saw before he left, they were there again. So
yeah, he definitely looked good. Mitchell, I don't think seen any ice in the third. I don't think he played bad tonight, but I think it was just because of the tight game.
Yeah, and guys coming back.
And Scholler started up on the forward lines, and then he was playing D in the third, so I think just because of the tight game, they're okay, we got a chance to, score, tie it up, maybe go to overtime here, so let's put our best players out. And so nothing against Mitchell.
No.
I didn't really notice him out there like I did Calgary. I thought Calgary game he played real well.
Calgary game he played well, but again, he didn't play bad.
No, he didn't play bad tonight.
He's just, I guess, the guy, it's kind of our last defenseman, so he gets, bumped off. But, ultimately, it was a fun game, kind of riled up. But reffing wasn't super awesome.
Yeah, a little inconsistent tonight again.
Yeah, and we'll be biased to our guys. I'm sure there was stuff on our side that they the others.
The only one
So-
I'm really like a slash in the neutral zone like that. There's how many slashes going on in the neutral zone? Like 1,000,
and
right?
other stuff like
Yeah. Well, the only thing I was kind of disappointed in was that call. If you're gonna call that slash, are you calling every other slash in the neutral zone?
exactly. Like,
And then I was
and not
disappointed.
even really part of the play. Like, just
Yeah.
kind of off. And
Yeah.
was it Crane that did it?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
Like,
And then the other one was Nyhoff eating the boards.
Oh,
like, how do you
just-
not call that?
yeah,
Like,
looking right at it.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
That's dangerous again, and they don't call it.
Biblo, man.
So,
God, he's.
not the most.
I said I hate
Consistent,
him, and
right?
then you said, "What about Critch?" And I was
Well,
like,
we haven't seen him in a while, so that's probably a good thing.
Those two are
Yeah.
probably the worst in the league, but who are we to say?
Yeah, we're just
Coach.
coach refs. So watching all these replays, like
Yeah.
WHL ref says,
Yeah.
we're the winners.
Yeah, so I mean, overall, pretty kind of fun game to be at. Got exciting near the end.
Yeah, no, it was an entertaining game, right? That's all.
Kind of
we,
rough and tough, and
Davidson and Pratt were
Pratt.
going at it there. That was interesting.
I mean, I'm not an advocate for fighting, but I'm surprised one didn't
They
bust
didn't go
out in
there.
this game.
Yeah, that's
Maybe not that shift, but later
Yeah.
on, because then there was a chance there again. But
Yeah,
Davidson was just
he was pissed.
beaking.
Yeah, he was
He's
yapping.
going.
lots.
He got, and I didn't see it. I just saw him on the ground, on the ice there, and I don't know how it happened, but I'm sure they were tied up, and Pratt obviously put him down and
Yeah, he definitely did.
He
He just
took it-
shoved him right down.
took exception to that.
And then
so.
he missed a hit on somebody, and the crowd just roared. Like somebody
Yeah.
just sidestepped
yeah,
him, and he went hard into the boards.
yeah.
But he had a nice pass on the Alkamov goal, so that was a beauty pass right to Alkamov.
Yeah,
And
so
sniped it top corner.
Then he
Then
like,
he tried scored later on
he
himself.
almost shot it on his
He
own
did.
net. Yeah,
He-
the goalie I think had to
make
make a save.
Yeah, he did.
So,
So he was going for the goal and assist.
yeah,
So
forgot his colors there for
Yeah.
a bit. So thanks, Dawson, for that. Sometimes I worry if I sat behind the other team's bench, things that I would get
Same.
myself into. Because I'm pretty high up, and I want to yell at them. And obviously,
nobody
I
can
don't-
hear us. So.
So it'd be fun. I don't know where it'd end up.
But that was a nice goal by Alkamov. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
and
that's another guy that we're really looking forward to the
Oh,
next couple of years.
yeah.
He's got some skill.
the effort and heart.
Yeah,
he plays
definitely
like those Russians that you can see once in a while that have that
determination.
kind of that Ovechkin style of play where
They got
they
skill,
just go hard
and they go hard though. Not like say some of those other Europeans who aren't.
yeah,
you
not
know,
like the old
European.
kind of how Don Cherry made fun of the Euros.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not that style. Like
No, he's a good Euro.
yeah, for sure. And Sedov too, man.
He almost had a goal there. Almost.
And the game against the Hitmen too, he was around. Like he
Yeah, he was
missed-
gonna get one
He
here.
should have had one there.
Yeah.
he scores. I would be interested to see his celebration. Saw the stat today. He's actually our leading scoring defenseman with 13 assists. So he just needs a goal there. He'll get one here. He's starting to step up. He's getting some looks. He had a great opportunity today where
Right in the
he
slot.
almost just ended up shooting it at the goalie more than anything. So too bad. But yeah, ultimately, I mean, the last few minutes we had our chances.
Yeah, we definitely pushed the play
Nyhoff
there.
had some good ones, and
hit the. I don't know who hit the post. It kind of just dribbled through and hit the post. And
yeah,
I've had an open net, but I think the pass he just didn't get all his stick on it, and it just went wide.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
we were that close.
We were saying the top line didn't shine too much, and maybe that was they were just paired up against a tough line. They didn't shine how we
Yeah,
had
they
been
didn't
seeing.
stand out all that great tonight. I thought
Yeah.
that Massier, Alkamov right line looked good.
Yeah,
Um,
and I think I heard in post game they switched up
they were putting the Nyhoff
the
on
Nyhoff
Doc.
line against
Yeah.
Doc. Yeah. So that's interesting. To
You
change
know,
it up.
They looked good in the first period, but after that, they didn't seem to stand out that much at all.
Not like you expect. Doc had
No.
a really nice dangle on Puto, I think it was, but
And then they had that passing play. I don't know how it didn't go in the net early,
Yeah.
in the first period there.
yeah. But
they went. Doc went far side, and he went back to Doc, and I don't know how it didn't go in, but
compared to the last game, that we played in Saskatoon against them, where they kind of ran it up on us.
Or even the game here.
Yeah.
They played, like, what was it, 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
So they looked a lot better then. So
speaking of looking better, I was looking at pictures. So their yellow jerseys, we're looking at them tonight thinking,
yeah, they were like bright yellow.
Good. Didn't look good. So we wore whites, of course, and they were blue. Like
They wore their blues.
Yeah.
Blue and like a darker yellow.
Yeah. But the main color was blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
like a darker yellow, not like the yellow
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah, the
'cause
yellow
I was like,
tonight
this
is-
yellow was like off.
It's too much. Yeah. I like their kind of golden
Yeah, the
yellow.
gold blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway. So yeah, tough week. Not going to get any easier next week.
No, this is going to be a tough road trip.
Rolling into road trip here, kind of our late season Alberta road trip that we've seen the last couple of years. So this is why we're getting this one out. We're recording Fridays. We got a quick game on Tuesday against Lethbridge. All these games, like all these teams are good and
They're fighting
each other in this tough division they're in. So Tuesday against Lethbridge, they played Red Deer tonight and beat them
Red
quite
Deer.
handedly. What, 6-1?
6-2.
6-2.
Yeah.
So shout out to Nick and Jake, both with two goals
yeah.
tonight.
They both had one in the first, both had one in the second, so hoping for another
so
one in the third, but no dice.
First game playing each other again. So yeah,
that'll be interesting.
good luck to them, but tough game there. And then a quick turnaround. I guess it's not too far. Lethbridge to Calgary is not a long road trip,
No.
so not too bad. But game again on Wednesday.
And Calgary lost tonight to Brandon.
Yeah,
So that's a huge game
we're actually
right there.
playing the Calgary Cowboys that night
All right.
in the old
Maybe we can get a win
their
against-
old barn. So we were talking if that game's even, do they ever broadcast? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what kinds of video feeds there's going to be on WHL Live. So.
Usually when you watch a Calgary or Edmonton game for that matter, it's
good quality.
It's good.
Yeah.
Might not be as good that night, so we'll see against the
Guess
Cowboys.
we'll see Wednesday. Yeah.
We just played these guys. We know they're fairly good, so we'll see how that goes. And then day off on Thursday, right back at it on Friday against a tough team in Red Deer. I guess we just hope for the efforts. Maybe keep it going. I don't know. These teams. The thing is, I don't think any of these teams are going to take us lightly because they're all battling. They need every point. They're right now. So then again, if you look at Sunday, Edmonton, these teams are separated within a few points. Lethbridge sitting at 25-15-4. Calgary's 25-19-3. Red Deer and Edmonton both have 28 wins. So
Yeah.
this division is open.
Yeah. So
right
Edmonton, 64 points. Lethbridge, 60. Red Deer, 59. Medicine Hat, 58. Calgary, 55.
Yeah. So
that's probably going to be all 5 of those are going to make the playoffs.
yeah,
If
they should.
the next one would be Brandon at 51 is going to be kind of
I guess
the only other team that's going to push for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
So
Calgary's a little bit on the bubble if they take a skid and Brandon heats
Yeah.
up, but
it's kind of
it's a
the
neat,
Centrals.
It's an interesting division to be watching right now because we've seen these teams now and they're all fairly decent and they're just sort of beating up on each other and a good race there right now.
Definitely. So, and they're going to look at the Pats. Okay, well, this is 2 points that we need. Like we
Mhm.
can't be giving up points. We can't be losing points to these guys. So
Right.
there should be some good efforts against us. So we're really going to have to work our ass off to get some points in this stretch here. Like it's tough to predict a win because, man, that's 4 games in
That's a tough
6
one.
days. Less than 6 days because it's Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
So,
This is a tough roadie.
Yeah, definitely. If we get a couple overtime points, that's about all I can hope for, really. Right?
Again, let's hope for the efforts. If they keep playing good and you get some good goaltending, maybe you squeak one out here, but it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, if we get a steal one.
Yeah.
One of these guys.
Yeah.
I wonder how long McNabb's going to be out. That was kind of a little unexpected.
Right.
Yeah, January was a tough month for us. We had 4 wins in October, November, and December, and then January we only had the 1 win. But after all the trades and stuff, it was not too unexpected. But it would have been nice to get a couple more wins.
Yeah,
but
we're sitting at 13, 35 and 1 right now. So, oh well,
we got 3 loser points.
Yeah.
So
okay,
but 13 wins. That's not the greatest. It would have been nice to have a couple more there, but
that was a tough month.
I don't think. I thought, well, maybe we can get 20, but not after that month.
20 wins.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't think we're not going to get 7 wins in the last month and a half.
I don't think so. I'm looking here. We only have 8 home games left too. The season's winding down here.
There's only 7 weeks left in the season, in the regular season.
And the last couple of years we've been playing hockey until April and May and not this year, boys. It's
she's gonna be done
shut her down soon, so that's okay. Kind of expected it this year, but again, we're seeing those glimmers, the things that are going to be exciting next year and the years coming up. So that's what's keeping us going, I think.
Yeah.
Around the league, we talked quite a bit about the Central Division and how tough that is. PA lost tonight, did they not?
Edmonton beat them in PA, 6-3.
Yeah, so
right there, you can't. Again, Edmonton's rolling.
So they've lost to Vancouver, they lost to Edmonton. They might be losing to some of these better teams instead of just beating up on Regina and Brandon and Swift Current all year.
These Central teams are all playing tough hockey. There's no gimme in the Central Division, so
they're
not beating up on us.
I'm sticking by my. I'm not. I'm not putting my money on PA here until they show me something. But they're not doing it right now. So
last year, Regina broke the streak of losing in the final, winning the league the next year. It happened about 3 years in a row, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So is Everett start that up again?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So they look good out there. It's gonna be tough. Portland looks good and stuff, and then once you get to the Western Conference Final, it's gonna be Vancouver. I don't see anybody else.
Right.
The only wild card is maybe Spokane, because they've been injured. They might pull a Tri-City from last year and just roll through the BC division kind of thing. Till
get the wild card.
Get the wild card and go through the BC division.
Yeah.
But, so who knows? Maybe Everett starts that trend up again, losing in the final, winning the next year. Because you knew they were going to be pretty decent this year again. They didn't lose a lot from last year.
Yeah.
I mean, losing Hart was a lot, but it doesn't look like they've missed a beat.
Yeah,
losing him.
they rolled over. They're doing well. So that's an interesting idea. Portland dodged a huge bullet with Cody Glass's knee.
Man,
wow! Just watching that, I felt sick. I thought, oh my god, this guy. Before the reports came out of what it was, and I thought that's torn at least ACL and MCL, meniscus. Like he's in a world of hurt, and
it's
strained MCL.
He was on the roster sheet for tonight, so
unbelievable. Anyone who saw it, I guess watching it now that it's not a brutal injury, it might be okay. But watching it, I just it made me ill to watch. I don't know. I don't know how well this WHL works, but app works. He's listed there, but I don't know the center, and he doesn't have any face-offs, so I doubt he's in the lineup tonight. But even the fact he's not
he's listed day to day, right?
in the hospital getting his ACL repaired is what's amazing to me.
Yeah.
So
they end up winning against Vancouver 3-0.
Oh, did they? Okay, so that was kind of a interesting game tonight.
Yeah, that was a bit a nice one to watch.
Yeah, Portland and Vancouver playing. Yeah. So 2 teams near the top of their division. So, I mean, as much as the Pats are kind of not exciting and not too much to follow here and we're planning ahead, but kind of neat to take a look around the league and see what's going on and follow these other teams and start to see these playoff pushes and how teams are coming together now. So
yeah, and you look at the players of the week or players of the month. Bowen Byram for Vancouver there. Like, you see him in that game against PA, and he looked real good.
Yeah.
So he had 10 goals in the month of January. He had 9 the whole season before, or the whole season up to that
until
point.
January.
Yeah, so he doubled his output in January. So he's catching fire. Like, this guy's looking real good.
Yeah.
And then Seattle's new goalie that they just found out of the AJHL, this Roddy Ross. Like, Seattle rolled to the East on their road trip there. Like, they look good against us for like the last place team in the U.S. division.
Oh, I know.
They look good. They beat PA. You know, they beat us.
Yeah.
But is he the new Carl Stankowski? Like, is he
Yeah.
just gonna take
They just find
Seattle
some
to the
goalie
next
off
level?
the street and
Yeah.
take him to the final. And win.
So
Jeez.
he's not as young as Stankowski. He's got some time in the AJ.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
but nobody else. Like, he was a free agent. They literally listed him and signed him like the next day. They're like, yeah, we need you. We just traded our starting goaltender.
Yeah.
So
Lethbridge needs that
and then-
kind of luck now.
and then he bailed on Lethbridge, and so
Cool.
yeah.
So,
No, that West looks interesting.
yeah.
That's for
You know,
sure.
it's
The U.S. division looks real good, and that Central looks real good, right? The BC division doesn't look too hot except for Vancouver. So
right. It's a fun league, actually. I'm really starting to appreciate junior hockey in that sense that it's okay, our team's not doing so good, but it's still fun to watch these other teams and just the nature of it, that it's cyclical. Like, okay, this year kind of sucks, but it'll get better. And when you're on the top, you're not on the top forever. Like,
no,
it's kind of the same as college football. You're always, because there's just that expected
turnover.
turnover.
Right?
You can build a team great, but you can't keep them forever. You just
Yeah.
can't. Like, it's just built in.
And that's
So
why Alabama's just incredible that they just keep rolling.
how they can, and
They haven't won every year, but they're right there.
they're always,
So
I mean, you don't see that kind of sustained success in junior hockey, but
yeah, and looking at the U.S. division scores here, Seattle and Everett, they're tied 1-1 in the third. So, like, Seattle with 19 wins is giving Everett a game with 35 wins, right? So,
So, it's fun. We'll have to probably look into a playoff package this year.
yeah, see what kind of price they got.
Yeah, see what we end up with. But
I guess we could talk about the Kootenay Winnipeg thing.
Yeah,
The big news of the week.
the big news of the week that
That we
everyone had already knew.
No. Yeah, 2 years in the making, right?
Yeah, so it finally came out that Kootenay Ice are moving to Winnipeg, maintaining the same name. So that's okay.
Yeah,
I
same
guess.
name, same logo,
Yeah.
same jersey.
Same
they
logo
said.
too?
Yeah, they said they're not changing anything.
Okay.
So
I was wondering about that.
I seen a comment on a tweet or something, and they said, "Oh, all the merchandise in Cranbrook just says ice on it. Nothing says Kootenay Ice."
Oh.
So it just says
Huh.
ice. Like,
Well, I mean, look at our logo.
it just says Pats.
It says Pats.
Nothing
on it.
says Regina on it. We could move to Timbuktu anytime soon, right?
Yeah, maybe that's in the plan. Yeah, wouldn't that be something? Oldest team in history. Yeah, we're moving over to
Hey, those last Parkers were threatening.
Fort Mac.
Yeah.
They did? Did they really do that? I never heard that.
They weren't happy with the lease at Brent Center, Edgar Dome.
Oh.
So I think it was just all posturing, but
Parkers, yeah.
so.
That was
But I mean, I think there were some issues between the parties there.
Oh, okay. No, I hadn't heard that. Anyway,
Yeah, that was from a few years ago.
so anyways, back to Winnipeg. I've seen they put on a little bit of a season ticket drive. You said they got
1,000, 24 hours.
fuck, their place only holds 2,000.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to hold 2,000. They said they're going to upgrade it to about 2,000. So
and then I saw a post on Twitter. Some guy says, so Kootenay's not getting the fans, but even if you sell out every damn game in Winnipeg for the first year,
yeah, that's a 4,500 seat facility in Kootenay.
yeah.
So
So
but I
even
mean,
if
the
you're-
attendance had been going down
Yeah.
for a while now. And obviously they didn't want to support it.
Yeah.
Or not, they didn't want to, but there just wasn't enough support. And then
Yeah.
these new owners, it was
Pretty clear.
pretty clear that
Yeah.
as soon as they bought this team that they were moving to Winnipeg, they quote unquote tried to increase the ticket sales. They did the first year last year, and then it went down again this year.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't try that hard because I know there's that independent group tried,
the
Green Bay group.
yeah,
They were doing their own kind of fundraising and ticket sales, and the team didn't want their help, so it was kind of obvious that they had no interest in staying there. So, and then you look at the trades they made this year, picking up all mostly Winnipeg guys. So at least they finally came out and said it. Like, it's just so it was a kind of a bad look, I thought, on the league and the owners themselves.
And I know we had talked about it was a bad look, and we didn't really know how the Chilliwack thing went down, and I guess that didn't go down very well either.
No,
it wasn't handled well by the league or anything. So, not a good track record for moving teams and respect to team or the fans. And
that's now that you say that, I did remember reading an article saying that they burn bridges and the WHL will not be welcome back in Chilliwack or Kootenay, Cranbrook.
Yeah, they did not. And part of the rumor was that they wanted to move a team to Victoria to block the AHL from coming in there.
Oh, okay.
So, and then they said, yeah, don't worry, there'll be a team back in Chilliwack at some point. And I mean, clearly there isn't. So, and they had good attendance.
Did they?
Yeah,
okay.
It sounded like, I mean, this is all just, I'm reading tweets and stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't put a ton of research into this, to be honest, but it sounded like they had okay attendance. And
but what's Vancouver moving to Langley? Like, how far is Chilliwack from Langley? Like, I guess it's probably far enough.
Yeah,
but it's kind of all in that kind of greater Toronto or Vancouver area, Lower Mainland, right? So,
yeah, who knows? I don't know. This
Winnipeg thing will be interesting because at least they're kind of like they're going to be in the edge of town, kind of a new area.
And I think that's
where the new facility is. I don't know where the current rink is that they're playing in. They're not going to be. I don't think it's downtown because it's in the university, so I wouldn't think the university's downtown.
And I think that might be where they could get some successes if you distance yourself a bit from the Moose and the Jets, like even geographically.
Yeah,
right. Like
exactly.
you kind of
Winnipeg's big enough.
Yeah, you're away. You're not trying to compete. You obviously can't compete with them, so you kind of get into another community. And it's still Winnipeg, but it's somewhere that maybe kind of takes you on as a local team in a sense.
Exactly.
And then you're, I think that might be a way you can get some success or leverage. I don't know.
Leverage a population area.
And try and
suburb
build it
kind of area.
Yeah, that you're, and Winnipeg is kind of different for a big city. They don't have those kind of suburbs, I think, like how Vancouver does, but something like that. Something you can say you're
far enough
separate.
away.
Yeah, that you'll draw those people, and so.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know. The Moose attendance doesn't sound like it's too hot either, so they're only in the mid
too.
4,000
They're
or 5,000.
direct competitors, though. Like playing in the same building.
Well, I'm like, you mean with the Jets?
Yeah.
Okay, but the price point is the thing.
Okay.
So the Moose will be direct competitors with the Ice because their price point will be similar, I think.
I don't know.
See, that's the thing with the Moose. Having the Moose and the Jets in the same spot, it's like, okay,
I know that, but they're both professional leagues.
Yeah, but the price point is the difference, right?
So?
You pay a lot less to go to the Moose game, right?
Do you think there's hardcore fans of the Moose?
I don't know. It's tough to say
think
because it's not a top tier league, right?
Right.
Because WHL is top tier league, the Jets are top tier league. The
Like,
Moose are second tier, so
to me they're different. I think the Jets and the Moose are more in competition because they're both pro hockey.
Okay.
And whereas WHL is totally different.
Junior,
totally different league.
I just look at the fact that it's going to be a similar price point.
It will
the
be.
Moose
and
Ice.
That could be the problem is the price point. Because if, say, we had an AHL team here, and you were going to pay a little bit more for an AHL game. I don't know. And I think that's maybe where they can get away from it is if they're
far enough away.
Geographically far enough away. Yeah.
But it's interesting So their new facility, they're building it in conjunction with the Rink Hockey Academy that they play in the Canadian Sports School Hockey League.
Uh-huh.
So it's going to be a whole kind of entertainment center, they're calling it.
Okay.
So they're going to have that school/hockey team there. And the ice owners have also bought the MJHL's Blues, Winnipeg Blues.
Oh, okay.
So I assume they're going to be playing out of the new facility as well. I think they play out of a different rink in town somewhere.
Okay.
So I don't know. They're going to own a junior A and a major junior team. So that's kind of interesting. So I don't know if they're both going to play out of the new rink.
Mhm.
So that'll be
Mhm.
interesting.
Okay.
Going to be a busy rink if there's going to be a school there and 2 junior teams. So that'll be
Yeah.
kinda,
Well, if you're putting the money into it, you may as well
yeah.
use it as much as you can.
And then so with Winnipeg being in the league next year,
Yeah.
Swift Current's moving out of our division.
Right. Kind of too bad. I mean, it was a good rivalry while it lasted.
Definitely
and-
over the last few years here.
And, it had the potential to get back to it.
Well, we're both in kind of the same spot, right? We're
Yeah.
both rebuilding. We're both going to be building up in the next few years. We
Yeah.
could both be good in 3-4 years again.
Yeah. So that's kind of too bad. They were my least favorite team
Yeah.
over the last few years just because of their success and ours and seeming to run
Good
into each
playoff
other quite a
series.
bit. So, yeah. So I'd be kind of ashamed to lose some of that. We'll still play them, 4 times?
Yeah, 2
So,
and 2.
yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to have a provision
Yeah.
since they're so close here. Because I know Kootenay and Spokane, they had a provision instead of playing just once a year because they're in opposite conferences.
Yeah.
They were playing 4 times, 2 and 2.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that'd be interesting if Swift Current has kind of a schedule quirk with the East Division.
And maybe they do.
With Moose Jaw, and maybe a couple extra games against Moose Jaw, maybe a couple extra games against Regina. I don't know. So
But if you're going to make the argument for Regina, then
You could
take
do Saskatoon
because
as well.
it's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much the same.
maybe just Moose Jaw. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see
Who
what
knows?
the schedule is like next year.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we rambled on enough
Yeah.
about 2
definitely.
games, and so yeah, it's probably gonna be a tough week, but we're not back now to the 15th. So
Yeah, Edmonton. We haven't seen them in a while at home,
Yeah.
especially. So
and keep your eyes on Twitter. We got something in the works this week. Once it's totally confirmed, we'll let you know. Might be an exciting opportunity for us. So yeah, just watch Twitter, and we'll update you guys if that materializes. So, anything else you want to talk about?
no, I think that's good.
All right, let's wrap it up, and we'll see you guys at the rink in a couple weeks. All right,
Sounds good.
Bye.
Night, guys.
Night.